Hi students, let us continue our 7th lesson, Administration, Art and Architecture under the Delhi Sultanate. Anyway, all the points we studied under the slave dynasty and also Khalji and Tughlaqs. Anyway, just recollect whatever we concentrated there and all. And related as the administration, we completed the 2 points like as the role of the Sultan, the ulema and the court. Next is the nobility. Nobility means the nobles, they formed an important class of people along with the ulemas. We studied who were ulemas. Also, they were as a check on the matter of power during the Sultanate period till the rule of Tughlaqs. The Turkish nobles monopolized, means they have enough power was there, the Turkish nobles. The high officers of the state denying a share of the Tajiks, Afghans and also other non-Turkish nobles and all. They were occupied highest position in the administration and all. And one by one we studied Iltutmish. Iltutmish organized a group of powerful Turkish nobles. It was called, we studied Chalisa, otherwise known as the corps of 40 slaves. Also, Balban stood forth as the champion of Turkish nobility. He actually belongs to a slave category, and also he made a champion group of Turkish nobility. Also, Jalaluddin Khalji tried to gain the goodwill of the nobility by following the policy of tolerance and avoiding giving harsh punishments. Like that way, one by one rulers, they took different measures for giving importance for the category of nobles or the group of nobility. Alauddin Khalji, he reversed the policy of tolerance towards the nobles followed by his uncle Jalaluddin Khalji. He became too harsh and also take very strict measures. We studied under each rulers how they controlled the power of the nobles and how they defeated and took measures for controlling the nobility, or means suppressing the power of the nobility, like as measures against nobility taken by Alauddin Khalji and all we studied already. Also, during the period of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, the nobility comprised of diverse sections along with the Turks. Like this way, one by one rulers under the period of one by one these dynasties in the slave the Sultanate period, what was the changes taken place in the category of nobles. Just to read students, all the points already we studied under these rulers like as Iltutmish, Balban, Jalaluddin Khalji, Alauddin Khalji, Muhammad bin Tughlaq and all. Next is the administration under the Sultanate period. Administration, it was divided into 2 levels, the central administration and the provincial administration. Okay, the Sultan was assisted by a number of ministers who were chosen by him and remained in office till his pleasure. Already we studied the role of the Sultan. He is the powerful person and the central character under the administration. Anyway, under Sultan, many other officers like as the ministry was there. Not at all needed to study the Persian letters and all. Anyway, just for understanding, want to know the first point, it is very important. The 4 important departments which were regarded as 4 pillars of administration under the central administration, they were known as Diwan-i Wizarat, Diwan-i Arts, Diwan-i Insha and Diwan-i Risalat. Each one, these 4 want to study and their duties also want to remember. The Wazir was the most important minister, the head of Diwan-i Wazarat. That was the duty of Wazir. He was known as the prime minister, just under the position occupying under Sultan. That was Wazir. The Diwan-i Ars was a military department. Diwan-i Ars, he was the head of the military department. Diwan-i Insha, he was the department of state correspondence, related as correspondence means the relation with other rulers, other states, like that way it is handling by Diwan-i Insha. Diwan-i Risalat, that dealt with religious matters. Religious matters, it is concentrating under the power of Diwan-i Risalat. That 4 one only enough to study anyway. Qasi-ul-Khosat, he was the head of the judicial department, another officer, and the Sultan generally discussed all important matters in in a council that was called Majlis-i-Khalwat, that was the discussing with the other matters by the Sultan. So only the 4 pillars want to study, their duties also, only that's enough. Next is the provincial administration. Provincial, the Turkish rulers, they were divided the areas under their control. Small areas we already studied. It was first done by Iltutmish. That small areas came to be known as Iktas, and which were handed out the leading Turkish nobles. The holders of these Iktas, they were called as Iktadars or Walis and otherwise Muktis. It was the duty, they were just controlling the ongoing duties there in the provincial areas, otherwise known as Subas. The Muktis maintained law and order in their own Ikta or their own region, and the provinces again divided into district or shiks under Shikdar. The head of shiks, it was Shikdar, and further divided into Parganas under Amil. The head of Parganas were known as Amil. The villages were grouped into units of 84 or 100. It was known as Pargana. Now we know that the total India divided into 28 states. Again states are divided into districts. Again districts are divided into panchayats, villages, like that way. So that way itself, during this time they were divided the whole area like this way. The most important people in the village included the landowners and the headman. Besides these were to be recorded, and the village accountant also was the different officers, they were occupying their duties there like this way. So remember students, just read up to the administration. Among this, the central administration, that 4 points, it's very important, and one question answer also is there. Okay, read the textbook very well after watching the video. Thank you.